wanted to ask about Jack Campbell in watching his post game last night. You know, happy with the way he played. Seems to be talking light. He's put together two pretty good games. What are you seeing here in the early days?
Just getting his confidence. I think he's had a great summer. He's in a great headspace. He's getting comfortable, right? I think it's hard to come to a new team, right? It's hard to come in and make an impact, and he's the guy who puts a lot of pressure on himself. So I think this summer was good to kind of just deload and get back, and I think you're seeing all of his work put into those two preseason games, and excited for what's to come.
Was there any role for you guys as teammates, maybe for you as someone who's known him a little longer, to try and help him take some of that pressure off himself? Like, what do you say to a guy as a buddy?
Yeah, I mean, well, I played with him in Toronto, and I think when he came in, he set the record for most consecutive wins as a starting goalie on a new team or something like that. I think he won the first 9 or 10 games in a row. So I've seen Soup at his very best, and I think those 2 games are just kind of a sneak peek of what he can do. So it's exciting, and he's just happy for him. He just seems like he's in a great spot, and just confident, and that's everything for a goalie.
So if a team's right defenseman is or isn't confident, it doesn't really spread through the group. If a goalie is confident or isn't confident, what impact does that have on maybe the rest of the team?
I mean, I think it's no matter if you're a goalie or a player, confidence is everything. You see it with young players, you see it with older players. It's why guys go on streaks. It's our sport isn't a very straight line where you're going to get a point every other night or whatever it is. It's streaky, and it's confidence based, and the older you get, the more you learn how to handle those confidence swings and how to stay even keel. So I think it's not just goalies, it's everyone, and across all sports really.
Zach, I want to ask about Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and just he seems to take his game to a new level every year. Obviously, getting 100 points last year, and he's always wanting to develop it. Just what have you learned from him from being here, and what have you seen in his game?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I think he's sneaky at over 800 games, and he's just turned 30. So he's played a lot of hockey. He has a lot of experience in this league, and he just continues to get better. When you're as good as him, it's easy to take your foot off the gas and kind of just coast and get by. But I think Nuge is a guy who's just extremely competitive and competitive with himself, and trying to push himself and get better each year, each summer, and ultimately win. So you just kind of see that, and it's fun to be around him.